It's Tom MacDonald. It's Clown World.
All right.
This is not another reaction video.
It's definitely
at
not.
all.
We don't react to songs.
We don't.
We just don't.
Not
so
anymore.
Just
Well.
watch us watch this video and watch us not react
to it.
This is the Unframe of Mind show. I'm Daniel Wagner.
I'm Anthony Trawick.
And this is Clown World by Tom MacDonald.
Yes, let's do this.
Let's do it.
We're waiting all day for this song.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation.
Whoa. Okay, right off the bat. Right off the bat.
How many seconds are we into this? not even 6 seconds in.
How about
he's
leaving
already
better kids for our planet? That is on point. Like whenever, like that pisses me off whenever people like, hey, don't tell me how to parent my children. Well, guess what? When you're raising your kids will eventually be part of society, and
Right.
the rest of us have to deal with your little shitheads.
Yeah, we're so worried about the Mother Earth and taking care of it.
Yeah.
We're not even giving a shit about the kids and
Like,
the way they're being raised.
I personally don't have a problem telling another person how to raise their kids. All right, let's try that again. Like, dude,
Yeah.
that's. I mean, that
this is a prelude into the rest of this
if
song.
that's-
We're going to be here for a little bit, so hang tight.
if that's what it starts with, I'm already going. Well, wait a minute, that's a great point.
This
Like,
almost kind of feels like, because neither one of us has seen this. This is
Yeah.
the first time we've seen this.
we're both,
And I've been killing it. It dropped at 11 o'clock this morning, our time, on Central Standard Time. And I've been waiting all day to get my hands a hold of this video or song.
Well, let's sink our teeth in.
Yeah.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything. Getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness. I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offense.
Oh my God, that pretty much sums up the way the world is right now.
Yep, that's pretty
I'm
much
offended because you're offended, and I'm offended because that is offensive or something. Or, I don't know.
I'm offended that you're offended.
Yeah,
Wait, I want to hear it again.
that was good.
Oh, I wanna hear it
That was
again.
pretty clever.
Trying
I
to
like
make
that.
holes.
Yeah.
If they sink, we sink. This is madness. I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offense.
I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offense. I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offense.
I'm offended, Tom.
How
I'm offended because you had to say it so many times.
How many times have we like had our episodes of the Phobismist and pretended to be offended by stuff? And it's like, this is
Well, you know,
point.
this kind of seems like this is fake woke part 2, like 2.0.
yeah, absolutely. Okay.
I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offense. Can't build a wall. Why does your house have a fence? I believe
Can't build a wall, but you can build a fence.
Yeah, can't build a wall. Why does your house have a fence? Like, I don't know.
I mean, think about that.
You know,
folks.
honestly,
think
it
about
feels
that.
like he's kind of watching Fox News and just for his talking points in these songs lately. You think he just started like being a hardcore watcher of Fox News and just starts taking the things that Tucker Carlson
I
are
think
saying?
he's watching our show.
You think so?
I don't know. I doubt it.
Maybe that's what's happening. He's watching our show like
No.
on the down low, like low key. He is watching our show. Thanks, Tom. We'll watch your show. You watch ours. Where were we?
fence. Can't build a wall. Why does your house have a fence? I believe in two genders. I'm not mad at the rest. I'm just confused when a dude has a beard and some breasts.
Yeah, it's funny to us, but it's this is what we're going through. Somebody with boobs and a beard, it's like that's supposed to be acceptable. Like I never would have thought at my age I would have this discussion about gender and all this other crazy crap that's going on in our society right now. But this is the way of our world. Well, at least here in the United States, and it's just.
Oh, it's global, babe.
I just don't understand how we've gotten to be so ass backwards on so many things.
And Tom's such a damn goofball that, he's sitting there doing, I mean, name one young man who has not taken 2 balloons and stuffed them under his shirt.
Oh, I've
At
done
some
that when
point.
I was a kid. Yeah. I mean, I think most of us have.
I don't think you'll meet one dude that has not done that in his entire life. That's, I would do it right now if I had a couple balloons is what I'm saying. So here we go.
No, I don't hate all police. No, I don't think that the system's racist. I just think the system hates people.
Yeah.
I think fighting violence with more violence is what they want.
Yep.
Viruses and riots, people dying, we won't stay home. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war.
Modern segregation.
Dude, we just had an episode, a couple months ago, where we talked about that this was a different kind of segregation. You remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Or that show that we had about that. About the black couple that bought all that property and I don't know if it was Georgia or where it was. I can't remember, but yeah, we were talking about how people are just voluntarily segregating themselves now. And it's not forced.
Voluntarily segregating is fine. That's the classic lunchroom test. People kind of do it anyway.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Right.
It's when the state has to get involved and has to start creating these programs, and then we're trying to legislate. The different room. They've got like college dorm rooms. They're trying to make college dorm rooms for black people only. And it's just real dumb.
But again,
that's
segregation.
And
you go back to the water fountains, to the bathrooms back in the 60s, and this is why you don't erase history. Yep. This is why you don't remove statues. This is why you keep things in our history books. So you're not bound to repeat these things.
All this
history.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say our history books are the blueprints for us not to do things again.
And why do you think they're trying to erase all of it? But the classic, the identitarianism crap that we keep seeing, is only just making it where basically they're saying, hey, we don't want, what is it? The anti-racist wants you to pay attention to color, notice color, and then things that like benefit one side or the other, but benefit minorities, we're supposed to like encourage those, and things that are against minorities, we're supposed to judge people by the color of their skin first in order to make a determination about whether or not. Right?
It's crazy, man.
On point, Tom. Let's go.
Or it's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie, I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes. When I was a child,
they know my feet don't fit in clown shoes. I like that. That was good. I like the hooks and I like the chorus. This is completely different than the other stuff that he's done. I didn't care too much for the chorus in the last song that he did, but this one, I didn't like that. Yeah. But this one, this has got a... Have you noticed the background music too? It almost kind of sounds Egyptian of some sort, like...
Yeah, I can hear that, yeah.
Yeah, if you listen to it closely, it kind of has like that Middle Eastern kind of feel to it. It's weird.
When I was a child, the only races that we hated were the ones that we ran and didn't win.
That's true. That was a good play on words, man. That is perfect.
Yeah, that's straight up.
Never would have thought about that. Yeah, right. And I never would have put that into that kind of perspective, Running races, the only races we ever cared about were the races that we didn't win.
I said the only races we ever hated were the ones
or
we didn't win.
Yes, thank you. This is one of the reasons why I love his music, because it forces you to go back and listen to it a couple of times. Like when we do these reaction videos, I find myself going back thinking, "Oh, damn, I missed that part. I meant to say that because I just finally caught something that he said."
Races that we hated were the ones that we ran and didn't win. Then we stopped playing with each other, started hating on each other, started noticing the color of our skin. Christians
yeah, stop that for a second. That's true. Think about that for a second. When you're babies, you don't know anything about skin color. You don't know anything about, racism. We're taught this shit. It's our surroundings, the people that we've let into our circle that make us who we are, and the mainstream media and everything else. But yeah, when you're born, black kids and white kids play together, and nothing is even thought of.
I mean, you notice color, but you're not taught.
But you don't associate it with.
You're taught to hate because of it.
Right. So for me, it's just like, man, I like that. I like that a lot.
I love the big old baby bottle that he's got. When he's looking like he's, the giant,
that is so
like
great.
The props on it. Like this guy might. I wonder if he works with Carrot Top to get us.
Oh my god, I didn't think about that. That'd be great.
All right.
Started noticing the color of our skin. Christians and atheists, immigrants, patriots. We love the country, but we are not saving it. Wages don't raise through the rate of inflation, and half of the country hates all of the nation. It's funny that we think the world owes us something.
That's weird. Pause that for a second. I just caught that. He's talking about inflation. He is the only person in music that's even talking about inflation. That is weird, man. It's like we discuss it obviously on our show because of the things that we cover, but
it all kind of just intertwines right into literally everything.
I'm thinking, Tom, are you watching our show, man?
He might be watching our show. Like, dude, hit us up. Do it. Like,
Really?
we need Tom to do a reaction to one of our videos.
No, for God's sakes, no. Maybe one of our skits, the coronavirus commercial, but
right.
something like that.
That's what I mean. Something like Zombatol or something like that.
He would go down that rabbit hole that is Unframe of Mind, like everybody else has gone down that rabbit hole that is Tom MacDonald.
Here we go.
World owes us something. All the phones got smart, but the people so dumb. We care more about the likes and the selfies than our moms, and the only time we ever.
Oh, and that was one of the things like they used to talk about, like the part of the problem.
Phones got smart and people got dumb. Boy,
right. They used to say that one of the problems, one of the reasons people are so stupid is because of a lack of information.
Yeah.
Like, and that used to be the big, prevailing idea that, the only thing these people need is more education, and they would know more and they'd be smarter. But we're actually finding out quite the opposite as we get more access to more information and an infinite amount of information.
Because you can't decipher what is real, what's factual and what's not, because you have all these people that are coming out with, if you're talking about history, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about the news and the media, that's another, and the way
unfortunately.
Yes. And the way it's being depicted is not always truthful, if at all. So
we care more about the likes on a selfie than our moms, and the only time we ever speak the truth when we're drunk. We want
yeah, it is.
No, I don't hate all police. No, your thoughts and opinions ain't facts, and they are not defining my reality. No, I think picking sides divides. It's probably what has got us here. United States.
Oh my God.
I love this beat, dude. And I love that Middle Eastern feel that he's got in this. This is, I don't know, man. This is just so different. I like it.
What he just said, the idea.
I wouldn't listen to the lyrics. I was trying to catch the background, the audio.
There's a lot to it, isn't it? Yeah.
I know.
What he was talking about is like the whole idea that, we're having to pick a side is part of what actually got us here. And that's actually exactly what I'm writing my entire book on is just, it's not that the elites make us pick a side, or it's not that the elites are kind of setting up the game board, so to speak.
Right.
It's that all of us are to blame because we play the game.
Well, you also have to understand too is when you pick a side, that goes all the way back to childhood. When you're playing a game of pickup basketball, you got to pick a team. You got to pick a side.
Ideological sides is a little different.
Well,
you obviously need the teams for a nice game.
I understand that, but your teams kind of fall relevant to what's going on today. That being Black Lives Matter and No Lives Matter. You're picking a side,
right?
So you're picking a team.
Let's continue.
This is great regardless. That's what we forgot in here. Black lives matter. All lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is shutting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud.
So what's he calling for? He's calling to burn the whole thing down? He's basically saying burn the circus down because the world is full of clowns.
Yep.
Like, I don't know if that's the solution, but there is a
kind of like a reset,
Well, there is a bunch of people that they really feel like the answer right now is to burn it all down and start over. Like it's unsalvageable at this point. And I kind of agree with the unsalvageable part, but I don't know what the solution is for getting us on the right track. Like you need such a huge a turn of events to get this giant ship turned around.
Have you noticed?
I don't think it's going to be doable at this point.
Have you noticed that there hasn't really been a voice since Dr. King?
Yeah.
Well, there really has not been a significant voice. And I'm not talking about just black or white. I'm talking about just in general. There has not been anybody at the top of that tier that's speaking on behalf of the public.
Well, for a lot of people, Trump was that voice.
Exactly. That's one of
that voice.
That was the reasons why a lot of people gravitated towards him.
Yeah.
And now that he's no longer there, I can see where a lot of conservatives probably feel a little helpless. Like, we don't have that voice anymore.
Right.
You know, but of course, the other side thinks he's Hitler, which is so damn weird.
I think picking sides divides. It's probably what has got us here. United States is great regardless. That's what we forgot in here. Black lives matter. All lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is shutting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud. Painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie. I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes. They tell you be yourself and then they judge you on the internet till everybody hates you for it. If Jesus was alive, I swear to God they all would cancel him, cause lately being negative's the real new normal.
if Jesus was alive, he would be canceled.
Would he not?
Because the negativity is so normal.
Would he not?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, according to the stories, people were trying to cancel him back then. So have we really come that far? We're not technically throwing stones. Based on the story, he technically was canceled at about 33 years of age, wasn't he? I'll take today's cancellations versus
cancellation for him back then.
I don't know, man.
Wasn't looking so good.
But yeah, I do get his point, but I think it is a little he forgot how the story ends, I think.
I swear to God, they all would cancel him, because lately being negative's the real new normal. Yeah, if you're thick, you're fat, you're rich, you're bad, you're poor, you're black, you're white, you're whack, they lie, it's facts. My generation needs a bunch of free condoms, because common sense ain't that common. This is what they want, this is how they plan it. This is to control everyone on the planet. And we put each other in caskets, protest and panic, and they take advantage to manage the damage. We won't always agree, nope, freedom doesn't come free. No, there was people fighting, dying overseas, so that you can have freedom and be home. I think the elites are real, but they ain't drinking babies' blood. They're creating chaos. So
did he say drinking babies' blood? The elites aren't drinking babies' blood?
He's saying, I think they are real, but they're not drinking babies' blood. I think what he's saying is that whole conspiracy theory about Hillary Clinton, drinking babies and the adrenochrome and all that. I think he's saying that's I think he's just saying that's probably a bridge too far. I don't believe all that, but I do believe the elites, the powerful elites, are a thing, and we do too. Again, I think he's watching our show, 100%.
Dude, the correlation between what he's talking about and our show is
staggering.
Tom, see ya.
So what was that? What was that he said? Let me go back there.
Yeah, I want to hear that again.
The elites are real, but they ain't drink.
Let me try that one more time.
We believe the elites are real.
Hang on, push and play.
Get that freedom and be home. I think the elites are real, but they ain't drinking babies' blood. They're creating chaos, so they have something to save you from. Black Lives Matter.
They're creating chaos, so they have something to save you from.
Yep.
Dude.
He's more woke than the people that are trying to be woke.
I know. I'm not mind blown, but I'm just amazed that somebody's saying it.
Well, if you're signed to a label, you don't have this freedom of conversation or even this level of being able to throw out lyrics like this. You're not. Yeah. We just saw what happened with Luke Combs and the whole thing with Upchurch. I don't know.
I listened to a bunch of different videos and a bunch of different commentators and a bunch of different voices, and it seems like anybody that actually says this stuff gets canceled.
Yeah.
They get shut down. I try to turn people on to Stefan Molyneux, for example.
Right.
And people who have never heard of him, they'll go to Wikipedia like a good dutiful little lefty and look up his profile, and they're like, oh, he's a white supremacist Nazi or some shit. I'm not listening to that guy. That's their first impression of him.
I know.
Is Wikipedia.
Everything is Wikipedia and white supremacist.
And I wonder how many other people are like, how do you like that frame I paused it on? That's pretty good.
Tom?
He's got some great looking jewels in his mouth there. Anyway, let's continue.
That didn't sound right at all.
Yeah.
So they have something to save you from. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud. Painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie. I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes.
Big props to Nova. That girl's killing it right now, man. She's actually had a couple of songs in the charts as well, along with Tom MacDonald. And they have become quite the powerhouse right now.
Right on.
Tom MacDonald is just, ever since Fake Woke, he has just exploded onto the scene. And the thing is he's been around for a long time, for about 6 years. And, if you go down that rabbit hole that is Tom MacDonald, he's got a lot of good content. And you'll be surprised by the level of diversity when it comes to his music. A lot of people don't know this if you haven't really kind of gone down that rabbit hole with him, but he does a lot of spoken word. Mm-hmm. And now, for me, if Tom does happen to watch this, I don't know if he will, but if he does, or if his fans watch this, I want to see him get back into doing spoken word about things currently going on in the world today.
Okay, so in summary, what do you think of the song overall?
Dude, the hooks, the chorus, the beat in the background, the kind of the Aladdin Middle Eastern kind of sound was so different, but so good. It was very well put together. Props to Nova again. I've been listening to a lot more of her content, and Tom's just killing it right now. He struck when the iron was hot, and he's reaping his hard work right now. Right on. So yeah, congratulations to Tom to all his success.
I thought it was a well done song. I mean, I assume he's coming out with these one a week. Like that's
he's
got all these older songs he's just putting video to, or like. Because the amount of content that this guy's putting out and the high quality videos,
it's not as much right now, only because he's spending a lot more time, working on Nova's stuff, helping her out as well.
Right.
And
still, that's even more impressive. He's got all this content coming.
But I tell you what, though, between the both of them, dude, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. And
Lord, I hope so. Boy, how cool would it be to have him on the show,
dude? I doubt that, but I mean, I would love to have him on the show, but I understand that. But just to see how much they have progressed and have done so well for themselves, and it's all independent.
Right.
I have so much respect for that. And a lot of people that follow you, Tom, if you're watching this, they admire what you're doing. Just please don't ever change. Don't ever change. Be you, man.
There you have it. That was Clown World by Tom MacDonald.
Awesome video.
And we definitely didn't react to that at all. No. So I don't know what y'all talking about.
Y'all watching the wrong damn show.
Y'all been watching the Unframe of Mind show, where we have uncomfortable conversations without a condom. I've been your host, Daniel Wagner.
Anthony Trawick.
And we will be back next week, Friday, sometime, whatever.
Live.
Have a good one.